Hello and welcome back to screeningboo.com.
In this lecture, we're going to learn about character stream. So in our previous lecture, we learned about byte stream, and we also learned about file reader and writer classes, and we used that to actually access the file. We read the file and we wrote the content of that file to another file called output.txt, right? So in this lecture, we're going to use the classes of the character stream. So I've got this class here, character stream, that I created. I've got this main method here. As you can see here, I have this file input stream class. So I'm actually trying to create an object from this file input stream. So again, just like before, I'm initializing as null, right? And in here, I'm actually having a try final catch, and I also have an exception here, IO exception, throws IO exception. Okay, so I'm doing actually exception handling that we learned in our previous lecture, right? So here I've got int n equal new file input stream, and that also requires the parameter of the path of the file name. So I put it here. And I'm actually doing a while loop just like before, and I'm actually printing the character, right? So we learned in our previous lecture how we do it. Then if it's not null, then we close. If I do that, it's going to do the same thing just like before, right? So it's going to actually read from the input.txt and actually print it out for you. However, the difference here is we use file input stream class instead of file reader class, right? So you can use whatever you want, it's up to you. However, normally, like I said before in the previous lecture, byte stream normally used for 8-bit characters, right? So if you have more than 8-bit characters, then you'd probably want to use character stream. So that was one example. The other one here is the file output stream, right? Just like we learned about file reader and file writer. So file input stream is like kind of like a file reader, right? Which you can use it to actually read the file, the contents of the file. And just like that, we have a file output stream, okay, which actually helps you to write the contents in the file, right? So I initialize it file input stream in equal null, file output stream out equal null. Then I have a try and final block in here. And here I've got this, I created an object from the input stream in, and I also create an object for the output stream out. And here again, I do a while loop, and here I'm actually using the .write from this object out. So actually you're writing the content from this file in here, right? So I'm actually reading that file, and for each character I'm writing into this output file here, output.txt. Then I'm going to close that file here. If it's not null, I'm going to close it. If it is null, I'm going to close that file. So if I do that, I'm also going to get hello world on the output.txt. So now let's go back to our IntelliJ, right? We have this file IO package, so I'm going to use this in package, and I'm going to create a new file in here, and I'm going to call it character stream input. Okay, so in here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to copy this, so it's going to make me a lot faster. And in here, I'm just going to paste that. So in file reader and file writer, right? So instead of file reader, I'm actually going to do file input stream, and in here as well, copy this and put it here, right? So when you try to use this class, right, you need to import the package. So as you can see here, it's coming in red because it does not find this class in your object structure. So it's saying cannot resolve symbol, so I need to import the package, right? So I'm actually going to delete this file reader in here, and in here I'm going to do file input stream. So once you do that, and that's good. It also requires the parameter in here, so I'm actually going to do input.txt and do the same thing in here, and I'm going to close it, right? Everything is same. I just changed this class to from file reader to file input stream, and I also changed the package to file input stream here. Let's run this, and I'm just going to right click and run, and you can see here it says hello world, right? So I was able to use file input stream instead of file reader, right, and be able to read the contents of the file, right? So that's how you can actually do using character stream input. I'm actually going to copy this, and in here I'm actually going to do output. So in here, what I'm actually going to do as well is create a file output stream out equal null. All right, so now I probably did not explain you why you need this, right? Why you're initializing as null, right? Let's do this, right? If I do this, it's going to throw an error here. Let's try to do this. File input stream, right? So then here, so I actually created this object in here, file input equal new file input. You can do that, right? However, in the finally block, right, this in is not verified, right? As you can see here, in it's saying, okay, I can't find in, because you actually declare this file input stream inside this try block, And now in finally block, it's not able to access that, right? So if I create a new one in here, file, right, like that, then actually it's going to be new instance of this file input stream. That is why you'd want it to actually initialize before the try catch block, right? So when I do it here, then I'm able to use it in try and final. However, right here I do not have anything because you only create an object, the file input stream right here, right? So that's why I'm saying, okay, right now I'm just creating an instance and I declared it as null, right? Same thing in here, out as null. Okay, so all right, so here I'm actually going to do new file output stream, output stream, and copy this. And in here, I'm actually going to write a new file output 2.txt. And also, it's saying it's not finding that. So let's do this. So I am actually going to do file output. I'm actually also going to do, so let's see here why it does not find it. Cannot resolve symbol. File output stream. There we go. All right. So I got this object here. I'll equal new file output stream now with this path, and I'm actually trying to write contents in output.2.txt. So right now I only have output.txt, so it should create a new file and write the contents from this input.txt. Okay, and I'm actually going to do the same thing while loop, and it should work. So in here, instead of system.out.println, I'm actually going to do outwrite, and I'm actually going to write into that. This is called typecasting, right? So you're converting this into a character. That's why you have this in the bracket. Whatever you want. That's what's called typecasting. So now I've got this character stream output, which has in and out instance. So in will actually read. You can be able to read the contents of the file. Then with out, I'm actually writing the contents to the new file. Then after that, I'm actually going to close it. So I'm also going to copy this in here and going to do if out is not null. Close. All right. So now let's run this. And now you can see here it created a new file and it also printed hello world. So that's how you can actually use character stream, right? Using file input stream and file output stream. All right, that's it for this lecture, guys. I hope you guys understood how you can actually read and write the file using file input stream and file output stream, which belongs to the character stream. Again, the only difference between using file input stream and file reader and file output stream and file writer is that normally you use file reader and writer, you know, for the 8 bytes characters, right? If your file is really small, then you can use that. If it's literally bigger than 8 bytes, then you probably want to use file input stream and file output stream, or also called as character stream. All right, that's it for this lecture, guys. I will see you guys again next lecture.